All right, Madtrapper here, doing a little running before the rain. We got another section of this ditch. Got the swamp right up here. They're trying to drain. Got these two tubes. I just opened the one and set two sets, and up down there. Didn't have anything. But today we got one here that if we can get him on film, he was kind of ornery. He either pulled the cinder block up here or didn't want to go down, but the way it looks from how long he's been out here wrestling around, I'd say he's got the cinder block up here. We'll see if we can come down here and get him on film anyway. You can kind of see where he's been out here fighting around, and he was actually sitting on the bank when we pulled out. Actually, on the bank, he was on top of the tube, which you see is still wet, when we pulled down here, and then he dived off. And now he's up inside the tube. Where my cable is. There it is. He's got the block up in there, I believe. That'd be a bit of a rodeo. I can't do nothing with him up inside there. He got the whole block and everything in there. Boy, he's a big old boy too.
Oh my.
Yeah, he dragged that cinder block. This is about 12 foot of cable, which was out here. And he dragged that cinder block up inside there. All right, trappers. I'm doing this out of my side-by-side window because I don't want to scare this catch. But what we got is a MT bucket cubby at the corner of this here bridge. Over this very swollen river, creek, whatever you want to call it. If you look on down there, you can see water across the trail. Flooded timber that was dry up to 2 days ago. We have received 3 inches of rain in the last 2 days. So anyway, I come up here today in my little bucket cubby. I had it staked off on one of my chains over there. Got this tree right here that they can get to and wrap around, which worked, except I was not expecting a flood. And we have a cat sitting in water. I don't know if that comes through good, but he is half submerged in water. And that's an ugly old Mississippi flat-furred cat. Now I'll get out and see if we can get a better look at him. Right here where the set was, you can see the trap bed. It's washed out now because it rained all morning. It just quit. He did what he was supposed to do. He went now, got wrapped around that tree. So like I said, when I set it, this was all dry. The creek went way down there where it belonged. Good size cat. But yeah, he's playing in the water a little bit. I suppose he ain't liking that too much. Now where I'm supposed to go, where we caught those beavers on them crossovers the other day, is down there, and I don't know if it's coming through good, but way down there, everything's flooded, and that's right where I'm supposed to be. So I got this bucket cubby here, and then I've got one down on that corner down there, and we'll check it, and that's about all I can do today. I'm not going to set any new sets out. I'm actually supposed to pull off this place tomorrow, but I'll probably wait till Sunday. One thing is, I can't get that many of my sets. Anyway, thought you'd find that kind of cool. Get back in the frame here a little better. We'll take care of him and go down to the other bucket. Hope we have something there. All right, just wanted to show real quick how it works. Having your traps wired off and not staked solid. I had a beaver here yesterday. I'm using my walking stick right there to show where the actual channel is. It goes down underneath this log. Now, of course, it's all flooded they can go anywhere, but they had a channel there already, so they're going to use it. I took the beaver out of the trap already, but he was up here, and there's a good sized beaver, really big beaver. And anyway, he was right here. The one I caught yesterday broke the stick off that I had wired to, so I went ahead and wired it way up here on this one. But they get caught over there. They come around here to the, where the wire pulls them up over this way. They get out of the way, leaves the channel open for the next one. Doesn't spook any. They just keep using it, not knowing that there's a dead one over here. So won't make them shy or spook them from using that run. So we'll get it set back and hopefully have another one. Anyway, I got a little crossover. It was not much right over here. I mean, it's just even hardly to discern it. There's just not much there. And again, like the other two places, they don't have a lot of beaver on them this year. These, again, one of the places I've trapped for 14, 15 years. This particular place, the first year I trapped it, I caught 99 beaver. Second year was in the 80s, and then it's been falling off. And then the last 5-6 years, I average about 25 beaver on it. And this year, I'll be lucky to get 20. Anyway, I come down here, I already pulled this one up. Reason being, we've been filming this morning. Time and time again, it's empty 330, because of the turtles. You get down here, this time of the year, this warm as it is, 80 yesterday, turtles out everywhere. So I just assumed it was a turtle fire to trap off. Well, I was wrong. I got down here, and it's a big one. We got the first beaver of the day. So, again, it's just a simple crossover set where they're going from the ditch up into this here old river or whatever you want to call it. And, looks like a big old male, and he is a big one. Every bit of 55 pounds anyway, maybe a little bigger. You turn here so I get the trap off of him. Reeds everywhere. Okay. Yeah. I was telling her about all the water moccasins out everywhere. I'm up over here to say. And I don't know how many we've seen this morning, but she finally picked her first one out the last stop. So we've seen, I don't know, half dozen, 10 already this morning. They are out in for, big old boy broke my triggers. So this trap's done, and I do not have a replacement, but I'm coming back over this afternoon, set more beaver sets and a bunch of bobcat and coyote sets. So we'll reset this one this afternoon. All right, guys, we're still at the location where we just caught that beaver. Here yesterday, I seen a lot of track sports on the crossover, and had one MT bucket in the cubby, in the back of the buggy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. And I'm happy to say I found my hammer. If she can come up here, don't normally set cat traps on sign, but there is a little sign here. It's a small cat, probably 8 to 12 pounder. There's other tracks here going back and forth, but anyway, we're gonna set this right here on sign. There's nothing to hook this into as I climb down the brush, so I'll show you again how I do these. I don't know if I've ever actually showed it. Hang on, knot. Alright. So got the lure stick in there. Reuse it. And it's supposed to rain here the next several days. Talking, depends what channel outlet you listen to. Anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches. So we'll see. And then I'm going to have to set this one in a little different. I mean, at least get it down under. Not the roadway like this. And this stuff is just hard clay. root system. Make a place for the dog. Or the levers, not the dog, levers. Alright, let's see if I let that crap out of here. Night latch set, hopefully. There we go. Alright, nice and tight. The only thing you have a problem with out in a place like this is finding something to cover it with. Up underneath this here, these are all stickers. Not fun to play with, but what you gotta do. Again, cat is not a coyote. He's not a leery. He's not gonna say, hey, what's this grass out here around this? They ain't gonna care. Get that down in there. A little bit more right in there. A little fresh cat urine on there. Find me some stepping sticks. And we, I think, about have it. You should not hesitate coming around that corner, walking this edge like they've been doing anyway, and walking right up in there. You want to put his nose in there and have a smell. He's coming from this way, he's going to want to smell that, then he's going to smell the urine, or vice versa. Either way, that nice little pan is his best stepping option. So hopefully in the next few days we'll have a cat here. Let me show you right quick how I secure these. All I do is I take the anchor, beat it down in like a stake. It will not go nowhere. He'll go off in there and get wrapped up anyway. That'll get him away from the bucket, tearing it up. He'll go down there and lay in some shade, even though this is the last really warm day for a while. All right, guys, we'll check some more beaver otter sets, and then be putting out a bunch of coyote and a lot more coyote and a lot more bobcat sets this afternoon. All right, trappers, one of my favorite locations on this property. You'll see why directly. I have 3 sets set here. All of them are just run sets, if you will, slide sets, blind sets, 330s. You can plainly see the trail going from this. They call them breaks. I call them the old river channels, but they call them breaks. So whatever they are, I don't know the difference. But from this break to this just piece of flooded timber, more or less is what it is. And it's this way every year. And every year I do pretty good back here, both on beaver and on otter. So, I got a 330 right down here at the end. I just camouflaged it in with a little of the cane growing around here. Simple set, but you can see they're sliding right down through there, right where they're going. Over here is kind of like a secondary run. It is not well used, but there is some use. You can see the 330 set off there. I'm going to assume a turtle again. Like I said, we've had a lot of them set off. We've caught a couple turtles, but the littler ones just set them off and go on. And then the third one is right here. And this is the reason we're filming. Haven't been in there yet, but I can see my wire is tight going back that way. Now this one here is a kind of a natural set. They're diving underneath all this vines and stuff. That's where the channel goes. So anyway, there's the holder, so we know the trap's gone for sure. But anyway, yeah, the trail tunnel goes right down, right underneath here. Here's my wire, and it is tight. Hopefully there's something on there. I see some fur coming. Get it out of the weeds. Another beaver. That's what we're after. Decent sized one, not huge as the first one, but we'll take him. This set doesn't even need any camouflage. It's kind of a natural on its own. Just about, not quite, but just about got him suitcased. He got up in there ways. This is one of, look, I think it's a single trigger one. Pretty good size one, but not as huge as the other one. Well, if it wasn't a single trigger, it definitely is now, and it may be a no trigger when I get this bent back straight. Yep, trigger come off. That's the second one today. We've lost triggers, so I will have to remake this set when I bring back some more 330s this afternoon. Anyway, we'll get this pulled and we'll get on down and check the last couple for the day. Okay, trappers, the last set of the day finally just quit raining. Sun's trying to come out. Can't see the traps, so I'm pretty sure that they're not there. But I'd mentioned earlier about I couldn't make it here a couple years ago, so they had another trapper come in. One thing you want to do, make sure you take all your stuff. I was actually going over the bank here to make my set, and he had left the stake sticking up, and apparently he was snaring. But no identification on his snare, and he left his cable here. If they mowed that bank or got up there, that would do some damage. Anyway, let's check this down here and see if definitely gone. Oh yeah, another barely caught beaver. Just one full back toe. Number 3. A huge beaver, probably one from last year. Thing about them cinder blocks, using them for the deep water anchor, and how you can hold them by just toes is unlike the hag slide rod or fixing your staking your slide wire solid end to end. This block will move out there with them a little bit, so they don't get as much pull, so thus they don't go ahead and pull out of the trap when you just barely have them caught. So it's a pretty good system for that reason. Get this bad boy thrown back out there. Then again, going for a foot catch, about 4 inches deep. But this is just dropping. It's hard to tell. It's raining now. It's supposed to really rain this evening, so I'm going to leave it shallow. But hopefully it don't drop too far and get below the trap. You can still catch them like that, but I don't like it. Anyway, last one for today. We're going to go back and get some more sets out this afternoon and see you guys tomorrow.